with their win over Dallas today.
Saturday, the 28th of November, the New South Wales Gridiron Championship was played at Milner Field in Eastwood, Sydney. The ACT Astros took on the Bondi Raiders, and as promised, here's how the grand final unfolded. The two teams that lined up against each other at TG Milner Field have a rich tradition of New South Wales Gridiron Championship appearances. The ACT Astros were making their fourth appearance in the 4 years of their existence and won the championship at their second attempt in 1996. It might surprise some viewers that an ACT team plays in the New South Wales competition, but...
Well, there's been an ACT team in the New South Wales League since 1991. Initially it was the Canberra Sabertooths, and they made every final series as well as taking out the championship in 1994. The new team, the Astros, was formed in 95. There was no league in Canberra, there was nowhere to play in Canberra, so we played in New South Wales, and over time there has been a local league established, and we're working closely with the local league to strengthen the game in Canberra.
The Bondi Raiders have been around since 1984 and were playing in their 12th grand final. They had every right to expect success, having won 8 of their previous 11 attempts.
Well, I think one of the keys is we start talking about our championship from the first training of the year in pre-season. We don't have an aim to make the playoffs. We don't have an aim to finish top of the ladder. We have an aim to win the championship.
The coin toss in the NFL has been a controversial part of the game in recent weeks, but the local game relies on the innocence of youth to do the flip, while the referee concentrates on the call. Hopeful future Dallas Cowboy Danny Noonan did the honours, and the ref had no problems getting the right call.
Tails. Tails is called. It is a tail.
We'll take the ball.
You'll take the ball. Captain, which end you wish.
Both teams were fired up right from the kickoff.
Go, baby, go! Go, baby!
The game settled into a territorial battle with both sides trying to establish their running game. The Astros appear to be getting the better of the battle until they chanced their first pass. Kristen Stokes returned the interception to the Astros' 3-yard line, and the Raiders took full advantage. Daryl Jones' storming 3-yard run put the Raiders up 6-0. The extra point made it Raiders 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. The second quarter saw defence dominate until the Astros mounted a drive that took them deep inside Raiders territory. With first down inside the Raiders 10, they looked certain to tie the game up. 2 runs by Michael Mao had the Astros inside the 5. The Raiders defence set themselves for a big effort on third down and read the play perfectly. The Astros settled for a field goal and the Raiders led 7-3 at half-time, prompting a special display by their cheerleaders. It takes a lot of dedication to get a new amateur sport going, and the New South Wales Gridiron Football League Grand Final showed just how far you can go. All 3 commissioners of Gridiron Australia were involved, with Chief Commissioner Paul Mercer acting as an official. Commissioner John Nswgfl playing for the Astros, and Commissioner Paul Manera playing for the Raiders.
A novel way to run it, I suppose, but it has its advantages. It gives us good representation on the board, that we've got people who are involved in all the aspects of the sport, both the coaching and the playing and the officiating. So it gives you good balance, I think.
It was an interesting set of circumstances where the 3 commissioners who run the national body of the sport were actually involved in one state championship game.
Yeah, I guess in a volunteer sport like this, you've got a lot of people wearing a lot of different hats, and you know, some people are coaches and also presidents of their club, and some people are also officials or also in administrative positions within the league. But that's what it takes at the sport at this level, and one day when we pay people, maybe we can have a few administrators running the sport and not doing anything else.
The third quarter was trench warfare, with the Raiders finally getting close enough for a field goal. With the score 10-3 against them, the Astros threw caution to the wind in the fourth quarter, but unfortunately they also threw the ball to the Raiders. Great Raiders defence turned the Astros back time after time, but the victory wasn't sealed until they came up with this interception as the Astros were threatening. For the Raiders, their 9th championship was just cause for celebration. But the Astros too had cause to be proud. Not many teams make the grand final every year in their first 4 years of existence.
Oh, the success of both these teams comes down to the great coaching. Mike Weitzel on our team, Peter Toss with the Raiders. These guys are great, experienced coaches. They know what they're doing, and for example, our team's changed faces significantly this year, but still we've been successful, and it comes down to the great coaching.
Great defence. They didn't score a touchdown. They had the ball on about our 10-yard line, or they had a first and goal actually, and we held them out. That was one of the keys. So good, strong defence was the key, and just persistence by the offence.
Jeremy Morse, the Raiders running back, was named MVP. Nobody counted his carries or tallied his yardage, but he was the workhorse for the champions.
Well, I'm over here in Australia doing research, medical research with a 4-month contract. I'm at the University of New South Wales, and my football career back in the States, I played high school and college, and I graduated in 1994 from Lewis and Clark College, and that's where Monica Lewinsky went. I went to school with her, so that's the only way people know the school. I think it's a team effort, though, so it's hard for me to really accept it, but I mean, everybody on the team did very well, and we had a lot of interceptions. The defense did well, and I think everybody deserves it.
If you want to find out more about the game locally and you're on the internet, you can log on to www.ozsport.gov.au/gridiron, the official website of Gridiron.